The first time that the Get Schooled tour came to Bishop Luers, We Are Leo was playing, the lights were off, the music was loud, but just kind of a very high energy atmosphere. And so I was curious. My attention was definitely piqued as I kind of was wondering how this was going to connect, and especially as they started getting students to sign on to the Wi-Fi and starting to answer questions. It was really cool to see students responding and that real-time feedback of what students were thinking about. But even there, to see the poll numbers changing, going up and down as students responded in real time.
I think the program itself allows us to, get the kids fired up, but at the same time, it's fun to watch the kids relax and to kind of let their hair down a little bit and just have some fun while talking about really sensitive topics and topics that are meaningful to them.
Most tours that come through the school are not necessarily student-centered, so this was very different in that it had kids as the focus because we're talking about something that is pertinent to them and it's about their mental health and it's an issue that they're not comfortable speaking about a lot with their peers. So when you go in and you know that they're going to be on their cell phones and they're going to be using that as an interactive feature versus let's just have someone come up here and talk for an hour about mental health, it's a very interactive experience. So that makes it completely different than anything else that's out there right now.
The way we answered, it made it very personal because you had one of 5 choices depending on the severity of how you suffered from something or had been impacted by it. So to have me click oh yes, I can relate to having this, and then watching live results show up, it was really eye-opening.
After the first time the Get Schooled tour came to Luers, we recognized that there were some issues that we weren't really meeting the needs of the students with. And we got to add a counselor from outside the school that comes in once a week, and this helped us identify those kids that were most needy inside our school and get them counseling from the outside, which can lead to further counseling with the family and counseling outside of school. But it was a beautiful thing. Again, did we have a need? We were thinking we did, but after the Get Schooled tour got here, we could actually see the data.
At the end of the Get Schooled tour, everybody kind of went their separate ways, but before that happened, they told us about all the resources we had that were available for when we don't have a teacher around or stuff like that. I know that if we text 494949, it's actually a resource where there's somebody on that end of the line that's able to respond to us and whatever need we have.
If you're on the fence as to whether to bring the Get Schooled tour to your school or not, really think about what do you really want to know about your kids? What do you really want to know about your school culture? And if you want to dive into some of the problems that maybe you may kind of think are there, but really want to know are there, and then develop programs and ways to help and support your students, then I think you need to really consider bringing this program to your school.